Welcome to Fiber Hustle. My name is Chip.
My name is Aaron.
I am in love with sewing.
I like to knit and crochet, and I'm in love with you.
Oh.
It's a few days after Valentine's Day.
And is that why you dressed in
all black?
All black?
All black. It's like my soul.
You're going to love to watch this one.
I know! Episode 50. Can you believe it's been 50 years of Fiber Hustle?
No. It's been 50 episodes of Fiber Hustle.
I'm mistaken. It's been 50 years of SNL. It feels like 50 years of Fiber Hustle.
Okay, so let's get into it. So, have you been in love with your craft making? And while somebody else is sitting on the couch, you treat them to a TV dinner. It's okay.
When did we have TV dinners?
Huh?
When did we have TV dinners?
Since the 50s.
No, because it's our 50th episode, TV dinners. You said you treat them to a TV dinner.
If the fine people are not having
Not having it.
the love bug and somebody ripping sweet nothings into their ear, and their passion is all spent on craft making, then maybe the other person gets a TV dinner.
Oh, now I get it. Okay, TV dinners are delicious. Well, here's a question. Salisbury steak, is it only available in TV dinners, or if you went to like a restaurant, can you say, give me a Salisbury steak?
A Salisbury steak.
Is that, did I say it Salisbury? Let me have another morning hustler.
I think it's Salisbury.
Salisbury steak.
Salisbury.
Salisbury.
Yes, they're delicious. I know that they come from genetically modified meat, and it's delicious.
That's a cow.
The
about
gravy
this big.
with all the sodium and the instant mashed potatoes, delicious.
The little thing of corn, and if you're
Freeze-dried,
and the very small thing of like an apple, not apple fritter, but like an apple
or a little chocolate thing,
some chocolate thing,
a little brownie chocolate thing.
Oh, okay. I was like, a chocolate thing would melt probably in the TV dinner microwave or the oven. So
now, what we're not telling you is that oftentimes through the history of our relationship, we have always celebrated Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween. It's always the day after because there's a sale.
if you wait one more day to say I love you, you could save 50% off.
Those heart-shaped steaks, boom, marked down.
I went to Costco yesterday and like all the flowers were marked down. I was gonna give some to the neighbor, but I was like, I didn't do it, and I even looked at the chocolates. I said, you know what? Who doesn't need chocolates? Apparently my doctor said I don't. So I said, hey, I'm not buying any after day chocolates this year.
And I didn't even notice
that I didn't buy any chocolates.
Yeah, I didn't miss it.
I kind of did because they were 50% off. But yeah, I mean, that's good. Do you guys wait till the day after to kind of run there and grab your M&Ms? Peanut M&Ms is the one thing I usually will get, but I didn't see any of those yesterday because I love a good peanut M&M.
And I bet you anything, their favorite song, help me out who the artist is I Can Buy Myself Flowers.
Miley Cyrus.
There you go.
Fun.
Write my name in the sand. I could do that. A doodle.
Your doodle. Speaking of sand, nothing to do with sand, but tropical sand weather. You, my friend, are about to head off to QuiltCon.
Is that your segue?
I mean, we can rewind and go back. I was thinking of sun and sand, even though it's not really sand.
Okay, so we're going into the future. We're going to skip the present. We're going to go right to the future. This week, folks, I am leaving the house. It's that time of year, and I'm going to my second QuiltCon with my BFFs from my Sew Saturdays. Zoom group that we've been doing this for, I want to say, years. I don't know how many years, but we've been doing it for years.
At least 4, right?
At least. And so there's going to be 10 of us who are going. And I know that Tracy and Emma from the UK, they're leaving tomorrow. Their flight takes off, and then Tuesday I take off. Now, ask me, this is how much I love to leave the house. I haven't packed. I still have projects to make before I leave. I still have my will to write. Like all.
What do you have to give away? The long arm, the sewing machines? I'll make sure that's all gone.
No, and you better get what I paid for it.
Sure, sure.
So Aaron already has his calendar all booked up, ready for when I depart. It's going to be him and the cat like thick thieves.
We are planning our bachelor weekend, Seamus and I. So we're just, hang out, watch some shows. I might go out and meet some friends for a few cocktails or something like that, and that's about it.
That sounds amazing.
Amazing. Not as amazing as Arizona, but at least it's warming up a little bit. We're back in the 40s after we just had a few weeks of...
Here in Seattle.
Yes. We are located... If you're just joining us, I'm Aaron. This is Chip. We're just outside of Seattle. And like, subscribe, do all that things.
Do we push the button? I should put the button. I should push the button.
We are now on Blue Sky. Still getting used to it over there. There's a whole different community I didn't even know existed that I didn't see on Instagram. So if we have not followed you back, it's because I'm still trying to figure it out. We're on Instagram, all that good stuff. Anyways, where was I going?
I'm going to Phoenix.
Phoenix. This one's going to Phoenix.
And it's going to be in the upper 70s, low 80s. It will get chilly into the 50s at night, which is like heaven sent for me.
You might get sunburned walking to the car.
I might do. I have had, so it's been so cold, and we've been cranking the thermostat.
It's been very chilly.
I have had nosebleeds for the last week and a half. And my nose is just clearing up. Just in time to meet you fine folks.
You don't want to,
I don't have the tissue but just hanging out of my nose.
You don't want to Stranger Things 11 them. Hey, my name's Chip, and a little drop of blood comes out.
Exactly. We've been babbling for a little more than 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's babbling. The people want to know.
We have a schedule to do. I have packing to get to.
I know, but can we just mention 2 more things?
Okay.
1, guys, we got in the flock again.
Yay!
So,
we got into Flock in August.
If you want to know where the party is,
here in Seattle.
It's obviously going to be at the Fiber Hustle booth. Flock, it's August something. It's the second.
Check
weekend in August.
Flock Fiber Fest on Instagram. You'll have the dates. You can see all the vendors who got in. You can see, but the party's going to be with us.
Yes, the party's going to be with us, but follow everybody else that's around us. But yes, we're super excited. That means I have to get dyeing. You have to get sewing, and we just got all that stuff to do. Speaking of dyeing, I am just rambling today. I finished it wrapped up my color alchemy class that I took with Alana Wilcox.
It's finished?
It's finished. I'm still a week or 2 behind, but the program is set up. It's a class that you find something digital on the computer, or that you took a digital picture, and then you translate 5 of those colors from that digital picture onto your yarn. So it is a class that just doesn't go into just color. It teaches you how to use some photo editing, Google Sheets if you need to do that. There's videos, there's some readings, there's literature. It's an amazing class that has been done very well. I'm just a tad behind, but the class is set up that there are some live classes, but you can kind of, if you can't, life happens. So if you can't do it, she's still going to walk you through it and help you through it. It's been an amazing class, amazing experience. I can tell you the 5 colors that I have inspiration for are taken from Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill album. I thought you were like wrap it up.
No.
Oh, your foot is crushing my foot.
No.
I was like, wrap it up.
My legs are like this under the table. His are like he's manspreading.
Your Crocs are crushing my foot. So I'm doing Alanis Morissette 5 colors from the Jagged Little Pill album, which I'm very excited. So hopefully maybe that might make an appearance at Flock. I don't know if it would be on one skein yarn or some mini skeins that would kind of equal 5 or 6 colors that you could work with for some kind of project.
Now, tell us how much you love making your own mini skeins.
So because I am cheap, I am trying to make my own mini skeins because you have to make or order 10-gram minis. It's all right. I wind up my yarn first onto the Swift. Then I put the cake on the little weigh thing. What's it called? A scale? It's called a scale, y'all. And then I have to keep on wrapping and then subtract 10, cut, tie, and do that. It's kind of fun. It's
It's
not
kind of
that bad.
loud when you're wanting to watch TV.
I think I need the WD-40 that the kids used to be so fond of. WD-40 used to clear up everything when I was growing up. My dad always had WD-40, and I don't see it much anymore, maybe because we're lazy and we don't fix squeaky doors and things like that. But yeah, the class.
So you do
is
or you do not
amazing.
recommend making your own? I mean, I understand for efficiency, and it's like, hey,
Efficiency, you
it's
should probably
cost cutting.
order them.
You know, a small business, you know, you're going to say, okay, well, why am I going to do this when I can do this?
Yeah.
How is it? Do you like making your own minis? Could
I-
you see yourself making a plethora of minis?
Oh, like if I had to like do a mini set? No. I would order from my dye supplier, my yarn supplier, these 20-gram minis. I think they might have 10-gram minis, which I should have done, but I didn't, and that would just be much easier because, you know, time is money. I could have been doing other things besides doing the Swift and doing the scale, and that looked really bad. So yeah, I loved making the minis.
Loved it. So,
But I would
was
order next time.
I was even unaware because you have been so busy. You have
A super secret
a
project.
super secret project that you are doing. You're doing the 9 to 5 job. You're doing your Thursday nights. You're doing sometimes you're sharing. You've been very good at sharing and doing the household duties and taking a class.
Sharing the duties. That's funny.
You know, in the cooking.
Yeah.
In the cooking.
Yeah, I have been very busy. I can't wait to tell you all the super secret thing I am working on. I can probably tell you around, let's say, May, June area what that is.
What? No, earlier.
No, I think I'm correct.
Oh, okay.
We'll figure it out. But anyways, I will tell you eventually what my super secret project is. And you guys will be like, oh, wow. But yeah, it's been very
have
busy.
been a
My
lot.
weekends, I have been a lot. I've been a little extra. My weekends are just nothing but dying. So I'm ready to just kind of have after I finish the super secret project, I'm ready to have like a couple weekends before I get into all the flock madness because, yeah, there's a lot to do before flock, and it seems like it's far away, but it's really not because we are already in the middle of February.
It is.
That is-
January was so long that we didn't even realize we just spent half of February because it's been so much activity. I
Yeah.
think today we're recording on Sunday, February 16th, and I think today is National Almond Day.
Oh, I don't think I have any almonds for you. I kid.
Not even chocolate covered ones. Not for Valentine's Day. No
That
chocolate this year.
Sounds delicious. Last thing. Are you guys watching Traders?
Which version?
It doesn't matter. It's totally consumed our lives. We are watching Traders season 3. We loved it so much that we went back and watched all of season 2 because we could binge it while we're watching season 3. If you love kind of trash TV that gets you excited, that has like people from Survivor, Big Brother, The Challenge, some other things I've never even heard of, and Bob the Drag Queen.
And Alan Cummings, I mean, like, he's always going to serve. He's going to serve a look.
Yes. So I highly suggest if you like that kind of thing, Traders we're like tune in every week, like we're excited about it. It takes a while for us to get excited about a show coming out once a week. We're like, oh, we'll just wait and binge it. But we're like, oh my gosh, it's on tonight. And we're getting ready to start. We watched Australia season 1, but we got distracted, so we need to go back and watch it before we continue on.
Correct.
Yes.
Episode 1.
Episode 1, correct. But yeah, Traders, give it a little watch. Give it just a little watch.
So I should download as many episodes as that I can for my flight? Is that what you're saying?
If that's the way you want to live your life, just let Seamus and I know so Seamus and I can watch it by the time you get back. We're gonna watch Wicked while you're gone.
Oh, you should.
Oh, I would not
I've never
watch
seen it yet.
We have not watched
I've been
Wicked yet.
pushing everybody to go see it, and I haven't seen it yet.
We might be the 2 last people in
On
the
Earth.
world who have not seen Wicked yet. What, are you excited? Are you not excited? Because we were going to watch it a couple weeks ago, and then we just decided, let's not.
It's got to feel right. It's got to be in the moment.
Like, is it a summer thing, do you think, or is it spring?
I don't know, Aaron.
Chip.
Okay,
goodness.
so Aaron, you made that?
I did. Okay, so how are we going to tackle this? I'm going to tackle it this way.
Okay, it's been a minute since we've been hanging out with you guys. It's
December, I
been
think?
more than a minute. And Aaron, you cannot show everything. You cannot show everything today.
Too late. Everything's already in front of me and looking glorious.
I'm gonna call mercy before it begins.
Okay, well then I have to make another play. Well, let's ask this. How many things do you have for you made that?
One, and it's a shop update.
Okay. How many things do you have for what are you making?
One, and it's nearly done.
Okay, so I guess I will. Okay, so I'll show you I'll combine these hats that I have made recently. So around the holiday season, I was kind of like, hey, I want to knit some things before we start our From a Book make along, which I will get into that later.
Please. Has everybody got the rules?
Everybody.
No more questions.
No more questions from a book make along, because there has been a lot of them, but they're very exciting questions. No, they're not. All right. So this right here, my friends, is...
Actually, if they ask questions, we defer to Michael over at Piece for Piece.
Yeah, if you need any questions about From a Book Mal, go 2 episodes back for Piece for Piece,
or
Michael.
Needles at the Ready.
Yes.
There's two of
Actually,
there's
reach
3
out
guys
to Needles
there.
at the Ready. Reach out to them by email, and they will happily answer all your questions. Or I can give you their phone number in the show notes below. Just kidding. All right, this is the 3x3 hat by, excuse the pronunciation, Galzane, Galzanne knits. All right, so this is made out of a DK yarn. This is Needles at the Ready in their colorway Fire Pit. I love this. It's super soft. It's a merino, and I just love the way the yarn knit up. It feels great. It feels warm. The pattern, not too sure about. It tells you, I think it was a free pattern, that you knit up to like 8 inches if you have an adult head. I put it on one time when you and I were watching some show. Jodie Foster was in, I don't remember. And I forget what it was. But it like stuck out heavily. So then I ripped it back, and then I kind of did 6 inches instead of 8. And then it's just not right for my head.
I love it. If you're not going to wear it, I will take it. Because
will you take it?
I'm telling you, Kevin, you did a very nice job. I mean, like,
the color is fantastic.
The color looks very heathered.
Yes, the color. There's nothing wrong with the color. It's just the way that it fits on my huge noggin.
My hair's looking so good, I don't want to try it on.
Oh, okay. It does look pretty good. Yeah. So it gives you. There we go. It gives you 2 different ways to close the hat, either a three-way point or a 4-way point. I did the 3-way point, and you can do it a child to young adult to medium to a large. Super stretchy. I think it's a little too stretchy for me, but I do like the brim. So let's go to...
What do you like about the brim?
I like the brim because I like a brim anyways. I don't usually like a hat that doesn't have a brim, but that is the way it comes together for the 3-point. Yeah, it's just...
Kevin, you did such a great job on these colors.
I know, isn't this yarn
I will gladly add this to my collection.
If you're going to wear it.
I will.
Okay, yeah.
Not in Phoenix.
Yeah, that Phoenix might be a little thing. But super soft. It shows the stitch definition really well.
Very nice.
It's just, for some reason...
You made this?
I did. It lays on the back of my neck a little bit. I don't like the way it lays on the back of my neck. And I don't know what it is about that, because all the other hats I have with the brim fit me well, but maybe they're a little bit shorter. I don't know.
And this can or cannot go in the wash?
It's a super wash. If you're going to do anything that you spent a lot of time knitting and making, I just suggest that you hand wash it. Put it in the sink, a little bit of cool water.
Beat it by the rocks.
Yeah, beat it by the rocks. If you have a little bit of soak or something like that, just kind of mix it around lightly. Don't wring it out, but lightly kind of pat it out, then let it dry. When people put stuff in the dryer and washing machine, that's what Superwash is for, right? But still, I like my things that I knit. Are you going to put it on?
See how much bigger it is on me? Compared to you?
It is.
I mean, like...
Wow. Is my head really that big? Is it? I mean, I feel like I look normal in the mirror in the camera, but maybe I just have a really big noggin. I think it's 23. What's yours? But 22?
I don't know, Aaron.
Charles. Okay, sorry, your government name. And then I made this one. This is made out of, I lost the tag. But I know I got this yarn many years ago when Pacific Fabrics down the street was closing because I loved the way it looked. It is an acrylic yarn, and knitting it up, this is not a bash on acrylic yarn. I love acrylic yarn as well, but it just it has a plasticky feel to it. Feel it compared to that. I feel like it has a plasticky feel to it when I was actually knitting it up. The color stripe is all right. I think I'm going to donate this. This hat is the Dylan's Beanie by Woolly Wormhead. It is just a one by one. Go on.
I will say, design-wise, it's weird.
I'm going to donate it because I don't see myself wearing it.
Because what's really kind of getting me, it's like there's two personalities going on that don't mix.
Because it's a ribbing, just to give it that brim and ribbing, but then you got the stocking
and
on
like
the
this
top.
hard difference.
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's inside out.
But I think this was a free pattern as well. And you can tell that's the garter.
Yeah, no.
I'm glad I knit it. I just needed something quick. It went very quick. There's nothing wrong with it. I just think I'm never going to wear something like this. And I'm going to donate this. I don't know if I'm going to donate it to the shelter, Mary's Place, or maybe the hospital. But yeah, this is my other hat. The gradient is kind of cool the way it flows. It's just something that I would not wear. So yeah, that is what I have made. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say about this, and I can't think of anything. So
it's pretty colors. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer that it all was this. I'm probably not this banana business.
Oh, wackadoo.
Yeah.
But just the size of it, I think it can fit a teenager.
Had this all been this stripe,
Mm-hmm.
I really think it would have been my jam. But no.
I wish I
It's
knew.
going to be a no for me, dog.
I wish I knew who made this. I feel like New Zealand or Australia or something was involved in the colorway, but I don't remember what
And
it
I'm
is.
not getting a plasticky.
You're not?
It's nice and soft.
I think when I was actually knitting with it on my finger, it was giving me plastic.
What's going on with your finger? I think there's something wrong with your finger.
Is there? You're terrible, Muriel. Chip, you made that?
Well, I didn't have any. You made that. Oh,
Well,
wait, I did. I have one.
You told me to
It was a shop update.
bring back. Okay. Well,
So there has been an evolution, and so why don't we start by just like taking us down memory lane. When I first was making my chip baskets, I made
you want me to bring out something that I was going to say for a different segment?
yes. I made. Well, you don't have to. You know, it's okay. You don't have to. We don't have to go back to the Aaron portion, but we can talk about like one of the first ones. When I did this one out of the pony, which to this day I still love the pony feel. I love the pony look to it, but I really was just starting to get into quilting the outside. This, you notice there's no rounded handle. I sewed this down so that there's no way that this could open. And there's a jersey cotton on the inside. There's a lot going on that is just not right. And see how like this one was saggy? I do a canvas on the inside of my baskets, and it really offers a lot more structure. And I don't think this was double foam, so like there's just
No,
foam.
definitely not.
There was just foam on the outside, and so like, and it was actually a Joann's foam that I was using. Everything has changed. So I started out going this. There is some top stitching on around the edge, but it's the same weight of thread, so it doesn't show off. Now I use a nice thicker. Then we went into, where's your yellow? Then we went into, oh my God, I love
that one too.
The Woolies plaid from, it was behind the barn. These just like I loved, loved, loved. And the top stitching was then thicker, and then like I went with a perpendicular instead of the diagonal.
Yeah.
And it just these really took off. I had the canvas inside, and then the double layer of foam, better grade foam, and it just I love, love, love these. You've had this for how long?
I took this out of inventory months ago because I wanted it, because that's one of the perks about living here.
And it just like no matter
yeah, I've had it
it
a
travels
while.
with him, and he always it just looks new. All right, so now
Just sweep
we've
it away.
changed again. So now I'm going to stick with yellow, but here's another. This is the new chip basket that I made. This is a medium. This is coming into the shop, I believe,
And this was a
tomorrow
large?
on Monday. That was a large.
You could totally fit 2 or 3 skeins in here, a smaller project. It's perfect.
But gang, I got to have a little fun with my quilting and check her out. So inside, I did a meandering all the way throughout. And then I also did this one. It has kind of like the forest. And so I did some winding quilting on there. And I just absolutely ran with it and had some fun. So I've got a small batch of these that are coming out. Again, I believe it's tomorrow morning on Monday, just because I have to get them in the system. And then we have wasabi.
Ooh.
And this time with the same, we got some meandering in the inside, which I was like, okay, this kind of like yarn that's winding, and that's why I liked that.
And this is bigger than this.
This is the large.
Yeah.
So these are in medium, these are in large, and then I have circles. So just echoing what was already going on in the fabric, and I really absolutely love. This is fabric by eBond, and my friend Brendan, who's going to be going to QuiltCon with me, he turned me on to her, and I just love it for the graphic, the colors, and it's like, who doesn't love color inspiration? So we've got the wasabi in the large, and then
Do you want to take this away?
I have a chipette. I did the chipette. So this is good for...
Perfect for socks. A skein yarn will fit right in here, and you're knitting your sock, so you could put the sock and the skein yarn in there.
Yep. So we did, and gang, I think I only have 2 of these. I have 2 of these. That was it.
The chipette?
Yeah, so I did, you can see here, let's go tight, just how cute. So you have the circles that are kind of emulating what the fabric is, and I just absolutely love the way that this turned out with the meandering, double layer foam. So this guy is going to...
Super cute.
I know those are going to have a home. And then we've got Carrie's Obsession. Check out all of the... I'm super, super excited about this. Carrie, she picked out the quilting the pattern that I did here.
It's gorgeous.
And so, like, I'm like, instead of just doing all the checks and everything, let's just go crazy and like give people some more character with their baskets. I love, love, love the way this turned out, and it's so pretty. I mean, like, I'm. Is it okay to say I'm kind of? These are my best ones that I've ever done.
Yeah, I've heard it all week, y'all.
I mean, like, these are the best ones I've ever done. I'm really exciting, and it's like, they say it takes 10,000 hours to master anything, and it's like, damn it, I'm mastering these.
Because it's taking you 10,000 hours.
And it really does.
No.
I mean, like, the more you do something, the more you know when things are right, and you know when things are going wrong, and how to, kind of pivot or like make things work.
Literally, these are the Birkin bags in the knitting and crochet community.
I love this. So, I only have one, and I can't even
You can do
reach it. There's one little Carrie, one little Carrie's Obsession. Look how stinking cute that is.
Super cute.
Love, love, love. And It really is. It made a huge difference. So, truth be told, we've been really looking at like how, how we source and really
It's been tough.
what we can get. So like, it was going to be like just shipping costs and everything that's involved. Like where we're getting our materials, and our costs are really going up. And it's like, is somebody really going to take? Because it's been taking me easy 3.5 hours to make one basket. So when I don't have a lot to show for my quilty side, it's like, hey, well, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've been making baskets. But it could take me like 3.5 hours, and it's like the only way to make it sustainable for us as a business is like either I raise my prices or we find a way to streamline things. So we took the pill, the magic pill, and I got the robotics for my long arm. So now I'm doing yardage of quilting, and then I get to do all of my creative quilting rather than just trying to do free motion and just doing lines. I mean, like in one part, it's like, damn it, there's we just invested a price of a car to get robotics, but it was like, okay, if it could actually save me a lot of time, which I've eliminated so many steps that I have to do, that it just makes better sense. Like, okay, we're not going to fool with the prices, but we're going to make things more efficient for me. So it's nice. It's been so amazing that we have quilting going over on the long arm. But in the meantime, I'm over and doing assembly work, getting the next thing ready. And it's like, oh my God, it's such a luxury to have some help. And, side benefit is I've like, oh my gosh, like I can do some really creative quilting which is, I'm a quilter and you're knitters, and we have a good Valentine's meetup. Mwah.
Adorbs.
So look for all of these baskets coming to the shop tomorrow on Monday. And then the fun thing is, with the robotics, it took me 2 days. 2 days to install. You have been so busy, and I just did not have the heart to ask for help. So I got her done.
I did about 1% work. You did 99% work.
I really did. So I'm very proud of myself that I got everything and it's working correctly. And then, don't you know, Bernina, there's this huge computer, it's touch screen, everything, but it's a PC. I haven't been on a PC in like 10, 15 years, and like I'm a Mac guy. So it's like the other day I'm like knocking on his studio door. Hi, it's me, Chip from down the hall. I have a question for you. And I'm like, can you come here? And so he's like, what? And how do you turn this off? I couldn't even turn the computer off. I didn't know how to do that. This is how much I don't know about a PC.
I was just happy I could help with something. Because usually I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, oh, that's easy. Just, yeah.
So I'm learning, and that's why I don't have Marie's quilt done, because if you remember, hers is the blue and white with the stars, and I wanted to make sure that, like, okay, let me learn what I've got to do before I practice on her quilt. I don't want, it's a gift. I don't want to practice on it. So it's been fun, and I'm gonna learn. And thankfully at QuiltCon, I can get some of my questions answered. That will be with the Bernina dealer that'll be there, and it'll be fun.
I'm excited. I'm kind of jealous. No, I want to be in Arizona. I don't know if I want to be at Quilt. I'd like to go QuiltCon for a day, but you guys are going for a few days.
I'll be gone a week.
You're going to be very busy.
Oh, so like at QuiltCon, I'm going to be doing, I have at least 18 hours of volunteering. And like the center, I think it's open from like 10 to 6 every day. And it's like pretty much 10 to 6. I'm volunteering almost every day. And, the fun thing is just going and meeting people, helping people, and that's the fun of it. If I was just going as as an attendee, it's like, well, where do I fit in here? You know, and as like when I was a little kid, I was an altar boy. I didn't want to go to church, but if I'm part of the show,
We love
I'm
being
all
front.
about it.
We love being up front. Look at me, everybody.
And we
Light
will
them
be
candles.
at the at QuiltCon. We're going to be doing an affinity meetup for the LGBTQ. LGBTQ. What is the other extra? I don't know. It evolves, but we're going
It
to
does
be doing
evolve.
a Pride meetup, and that's going to be fun. So
What day is that? Saturday or Sunday?
that's going to be Saturday afternoon, I believe, at 4:30.
That's be
4
fun.
or 4:30.
That's awesome.
So if you're coming, I want to see you. We're going to be playing games. We're going to have prizes. Wow. Jealous much?
Yeah. I mean, my Saturday, I'll be dyeing yarn.
You should be. TikTok.
I'll be dyeing yarn Saturday.
Good.
I made myself a schedule. Sunday, I'm having Sunday fun day. What? I'm scratching my leg and it doesn't look bad. It does look bad. Never mind.
So anyway, that's kind of my shop update, and that's what I did.
Nice.
So you
I love
understand
that.
it's all exciting.
Okay, I have. Okay, I'm ready for the question.
Okay, so the first or second one?
The first one's down.
Okay. Aaron, you made that?
I did. Okay, but I'm going to take a lot of pieces away because it said don't show everything. I have a little bit of sock shock. And it's sock shock because if you know me, I really don't enjoy knitting socks. But during, again, the holiday season, before we started the From a Book Mal, I was like, oh, I'm just going to cast on a few things. And I just started going with socks, which is so unlike me. I have 2 pairs in here I'm working on, which you'll have to wait till next time. But let me show you what I have made real quick. I am experimenting with what I really want my socks to be. Do I want 72 stitches, 68, 64?
Is that the tightness?
Yes. So 72 stitches is what I have from the socks I made in the past. That's what I've made. I think my sock tension is a little bit looser because my socks still feel a little bit baggy if I knit them myself. So these are 68 stitches. They look like junk right now because they're, where am I? Right here.
They're on the blockers, but they haven't been blocked.
Correct. This is from Unique Sock, and the colorway, I don't even know if it says the colorway. When I was in Fort Wayne with our friend Chevis,
Color number 53.
color number 53, I bought this and I said, I'm going to make socks. And that was probably 2 or 3 years ago. Hello, Chevis. I miss you. Call me. So I made these. I did 68 stitches, and I did a slip stitch heel, and then the gusset, and then the toe, and I put them on, and I think 68 might be, I'm trying a 64 as well, 68 might be what I want to actually conform and comfort to my foot, because 72 is a little bit looser, and again, I don't want the baggy.
Okay, so question.
Yes.
So if we're looking at them, okay, this is me as an outsider not knowing. This looks, our friend Rob,
Yes, I know, Rob.
this looks like his work. Why is this so loose?
Okay, so this is actually, this is the stockinette portion. I did 20 rows of 2x2 ribbing just because I'm experimenting. I have some socks I did 1x1. I have some that I did 3x1. And then I get here. This is the heel. That is the back of your foot. So that's why this looks different. And then it's going to go on. We probably can't put these on, but you see how this is the heel if it's like that. So that's why it's a slip stitch heel, because it's supposed to not wear as much as stockinette if you do a slip stitch heel than the gusset.
Okay.
But one thing,
This looks really loose.
yes. Does it really? Well, I think one thing that you will notice also, people are going to be like, why did you do that? That's a little wackadoo, but I am wackadoo. This one is 2 inches longer than this one because I want to see if the socks that I wear, I'm like, oh, I love the tighter fit or I love the not as tight fit. I know I could have made 2 different pairs of socks and done, let's say, my formula usually is 83 stitches for here before I start to do the toe. But I did, I think, 63, and this one is 83. Because I just want to see if I like the fit better of a really tight around my foot or the baggier.
Got it.
So, I mean, probably doesn't make sense to all of you, but it made sense to me. So I'm going to wear these someday. At the end of the day, I'll go, you know what? I
Well,
like
is this
these
one a
little bit
shorty?
better. They're all halvesies.
Oh.
It's not like super long. This length is the same.
Oh,
Sorry,
is it?
I'm pointing like you guys can see that. This length is the same. It starts about like 2 inches from my heel bone or whatever it is.
Heel bone.
My ankle bone. But this part is
His
the part
heel
that's
bone.
long. What? You guys are terrible. By you guys, I mean you. But yeah, so that is what is happening with these. Do you want to try them on?
No, thank you.
Good, because I don't want you wearing them. I love the way these look, though. I mean, especially that
My
green
ankles
and
look
blue.
nice right now. I don't want to try them on.
Also, when I was at my friend Carrie's house a long time ago, I brought up some yarn so she can do her little sock machine, and she knitted me some sock tubes. This is Trilogy Yarns. I asked Nancy like a month ago, saying, do you remember what the colorway was this? She goes, it might be Llamas in Drag. So I did an afterthought heel, cuff, and toe. This right here this looks like a 2x1 ribbing again. And then I did the afterthought heel. When I cut in, I did about, I think it's, 83 stitches from the top of it to the toe. I knit 2 rows around because I was watching Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady. She knit 2 rows around before I started to do my decrease. These pretty much go much farther up, and it's kind of fun. This is my second time, I think, doing an afterthought everything, and it seems to work out. It's just, my legs are kind of fat, so once it gets up there, it's kind of like stretching out a lot, but that's just me learning how to knit socks again.
But see, you did this closely
Afterthought heel?
matches this. So, see, this is different than this.
Okay, because the afterthought heel is all stockinette. This is slip stitching.
Okay, when you make mine.
Because you like the stockinette look with
Correct.
your little heel goes in there?
Correct.
Okay. I think the ones I've made you before in the past do have the slip stitch heel. I can make you a pair of both to see which one you actually like better. Because different fits for different feet. You have a very high arch.
I do.
So I think if I was to knit you socks and got about right here, I'd have to...
Not when.
If.
If.
I'd have to increase the stitches because that arch is a little off-putting.
If.
So... if. Or you can try this.
But I have a smaller ankle bone.
You do have a smaller ankle bone. You're a big jerk. Just kidding. Love ya. But yeah, so that is my sock shock that I've been working on, and I'll have to show you some stuff later. I feel like I should put it on for you all. But
no,
I don't know.
See, look how nicely it goes together.
And this was left over, the heel, toe, and cuff, left over from a shawl I made myself probably a couple years ago when I did the gradient from orange to like a teal color. This was left over, and I was like, well, it really doesn't match, but it is certainly a pop. So I said, hey, I'm going to try this.
But my question is why did you point out that you made the shawl for yourself? You don't make for anybody else.
I do make for other people. That's inappropriate.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's inappropriate. Well, what have you made me lately?
It's coming.
Is it coming this episode? Because I would like to see it. No, I have not made... I made our neighbor a hat, but I haven't made anything for anyone lately, which now I feel kind of not bad about. I mean...
Mona.
I need to knit Mona something.
Mona said she's our neighbor, our other neighbor. She wants something, so he's going to make you something.
When I talked to Mona last time, she's like, oh, you should make something for my, I think it's her niece. I should talk to Mona. Nona, if you're watching this, I will come over and talk to you at some point so we can figure out what I can make.
There you go.
So that's all that I have for you made that. And again, I think 68 stitches is the way I'm going to go. But I'm trying a 64 in here that I'm not allowed to show till next time.
There you go. Right on.
Finished. So Chip,
Yes.
I have 2. What do you make?
So let's
do you
just.
have?
You're in a momentum. You're in the fast lane. Keep on driving.
Okay, I will drive that car. Are you ready to talk about the From a Book Mal?
Oh my! I bet you are.
I bet you are. And for those that are, so all you do is take a book or a magazine, a publication.
If you haven't already.
Open the page, go, I'm going to make this, and you go to town on
And
it.
what was the point of that?
What was the point of what? The From a Book Mal?
Yeah.
It's because we all have these books and publications that are just sitting in our house because majority of us just go to Ravelry.
Collecting
and go,
dust.
Collecting dust. Go to Ravelry, you're like, oh, and you're sitting hours and hours going through Ravelry. What do I want to knit next? Or what do I want to crochet? Or fiber arts? Or quilt? And we keep on looking when we already have stuff that we have collecting dust in the back
You
corner.
cared enough to buy the book.
Yep.
So, and what's nice is that I get it. I've heard the beat on the street is some people like to work from their digital, whether it's their phone, whether it's their iPad, but that's how they work. That's how they're used to it. And it's like, this is impossible. What I would suggest is still find your printed copy, photocopy it, whether it's with your phone, whether it's with your printer, make a copy, put it on your iPad, and we'll call it good.
What if I don't have an iPad?
You might have a Funani.
What if I have a Samsung Galaxy? Is that all right?
A Funani? Yes.
Okay.
I call anything that's not Apple Funani.
So I chose for my, and we hosted, me, Needles at the Ready, and Michael put it together. We hosted a little knit along for the people that were knit along, crochet along, or make along.
Weeks ago.
Last month, and we got together for like 2 hours, just had a good time. We plan to do that again. Again, there's no timeline, there's no nothing. Just grab something from a book.
How many?
We'll have a Zoom, hang out for a little bit.
Do you want to know the hashtag trending alert? Birds. Birds of so many feathers that people are knitting. It was so much fun. It was like...
Oh, people are doing birds, like actual little birds. They were the cutest things.
They were the cutest thing. And then the other thing was gnomes, I think, came up a couple of times.
Felted gnomes and birds. I was like, I didn't realize all these bird patterns were out there.
What
so
was
a lot
the
of people
other-
were adding the cart because everybody had these bird books.
Yes.
It's like, nice bird.
Put a bird on it.
Put a bird on it.
There was one lady, I loved it. She was doing her 12 months of birds, so she's going to do a bird once a month, and it just looked, I'm like, I want these birds in my house.
Do you want me to make you a bird?
Put a bird on it.
I'll put a bird on it. So I am going for the 52 weeks of Shaw's book that Chip got me a few years ago.
And it's being used. The book is being used.
Yes, I am making the Scarn Shawl. And one thing about the shawl is if you guys love seed stitch, this is the pattern for you.
Who's stitch?
Seed stitch.
S-E-E-D?
Yes.
Seed.
S-E-E-D.
Okay.
So seed stitch. So let me show you where I'm at. I've made some good progress. I've already gone through almost 2 skeins of worsted weight yarn. Where's the back? This is the back. So this is the front.
Wow.
Will you hold this side, please? I don't want to put it in front of your face. And I'll peek around the corner real quick. So it's all seed stitch. Then there is a little bit of pattern work in here that kind of looks like it is cables, but it's not. So this is, okay, we're going to do whatever you're doing. This is in my yarn called Moose Tracks on my 100% Targhee worsted. Love the way it's looking. And yeah, we got the seed stitch, and then there's a little bit of pattern here. I just caked up my 3rd skein last night because it takes about 3 skeins of of worsted weight, and my Targhee is 280 yards, 115 grams, and it's a 3-ply. And I'm really loving, and it's going so fast because it's worsted. So it's just kind of fun to be working on. And when I get to it, I can. I'm not going super fast because I know we're going to have another knit along at some point, maybe in March. But yeah, I'm so happy I'm using this book for it, and it's going really quick, and it's fun to do the seed stitch. I mean, if you don't like purling, this might not be the best thing for you, but seed stitch is basically you knit a row, and on the way back you pearl knit, pearl knit, pearl knit. They give this a really good textured look. That just looks, I think, looks really, really good. Yeah, so that's what I am working on right now. It is using, I have to look at the needles real quick if I can even see. Sometimes I wish it was like neon on here so you can see what the color really is. I know like it's 4.5 millimeter needles. So yeah, this is where I am on my Scarn Shawl, and I know I saw Briar do it from Caffeinated Cables, and that's why I was like, I love the way hers looked, and she knit it for her significant other. So I was like, okay, I know what I want to do because I love the way it looked on him. Yeah.
And there was a couple other people. Wasn't there somebody else who was working from the same book?
There was a few people, and I don't remember off the top of my head who
socks?
Was. People were doing 52 weeks of socks, 52 weeks of scarves, which I didn't even know the scarves one existed, and 52 weeks of shawls. I think there might be 2 sock books or scarf books now. I'm not sure, but I think that was very cool that we're all doing this together.
Very cool.
It's so cool. Sure. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
Love it.
Chip.
Yes.
What are you making?
Okay, so I was digging through. I have several quilt tops that have just been longing for the long arm. I pulled one out that I must have whipped this together 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and easy. 4 or 5 years ago. I don't think so. So this is a quilt that's called Piece of My Heart. It's a strip quilt pattern that's actually normally like $5, but it's free on AccuQuilt right now. And it is a heart-themed quilt, and it's super duper cute. This one, it measures, I just took it off the long arm. So this one measures, I think, 55 inches, 55-inch square. And I wanted something that, like, hey, it's cute, something that low pressure, that I could quilt on the long arm edge to edge. And what that means is that when I load the quilt onto the long arm, and then let's say I have whatever the design is picked out, it'll actually quilt from edge to edge, and then you just keep advancing the quilt and then continue edge to edge. So it's one motif that's throughout the whole thing. This one, since the quilt itself is a heart, I decided, hey, why not do hearts? And you can see the winding heart swirls that kind of echo what the theme of the quilt is. It is so much fun to, and actually I was able to bang this out. It took me about 6 hours maybe.
That's it. That's quick.
6 hours. And like when I'm doing free motion where I'm taking and doing everything, it could take me a couple of days to get through a quilt and doing it. Hence the pile up of other quilts. But what's real fun, or actually what was really funny, is that I've got a white background, and then I just did the backing. I did the same white, make it real simple, because on this quilt, I was really just focusing on, okay, how to do the fundamentals of getting the edge to edge to work correctly. And if I do it, every time I do a new row coming down, you really shouldn't know where the breaks are. It should all just look like it's all running together. And what's fun is that I can choose the density, so like the size of the hearts, like I chose where the placement is. And, it really, I'm going to tell you, having the robotics is really exciting, because there's when you go to a show or you see people's quilts on Instagram, it's so inspiring. And there are a lot of talented people that just are artists when it comes to free motioning or doing ruler work. That's so intimidating. And I have, like, I'm pretty good at doing a meandering, which is just, doing swirls. And I can do that, but anything else is just like, it's such a stretch for me. And I don't feel confident. And so I have actually had the long arm for 5 years. Do you realize that?
Yes.
I've had it for 5 years, and it's like
It's evolved.
I have been using it like gangbusters lately, and I mean, like I feel like, wow. Not only has my confidence increased, but it's like my output is increased because I have this help. So one thing that I did do that was kind of funny, took it off the long arm. I loved everything about it. But then all of a sudden, there was a string that was brown.
It's like a tapeworm.
It looked like a huge garden snake or a tapeworm. And it was like trying to do surgery to get it out. But I ended up taking a dental tool and just like getting into the fabric without tearing it. And like, it took me about 5 minutes and I got it.
So it only took you 5 minutes. I felt like you were working. Well, once you found the right tool.
Once I found the right tool, I was able to get it out and take tweezers. But yeah, sometimes you got to check for those kind of things.
Now, you said this is 55 by 55?
Correct.
What does one usually do with a 55 by 55? Because it's so square. Like, you don't want to use this as a blanket, right? Is this more wall hanging or?
Well, it could be a very large wall hanging, or it could be a lap quilt.
Okay.
So it's not like you're covering up your whole body, but it could be for, your lap. And then it could also be like a little picnic blanket. It could be for a baby.
Good for beginners or not? To
Yes.
me, just looking at it, it doesn't look like I've seen you make pieces that are like this big,
No.
sew them together, and I'm like, this is like, I'm not saying that, this looks super easy, but it looked like it might be beginner friendly. That's why I was looking at it.
It is very beginner friendly. And really all you need is the free pattern. Whether or not you have AccuQuilt, it's just strip piecing. So you're going to cut whatever the sizes of those strips, and you're just going to make whatever it tells you. So you can either use your AccuQuilt to cut those pieces, or you could do it with your ruler and your rotary cutter. But definitely, I mean, like, choose your color. If I had to do this again, I probably wouldn't do it with this colorful. I would just stick with a red, make it very Valentine's Day. But I was inspired by the pattern photo thumbnail because they had it in a rainbow, and it's cute. I mean, it's all love. And then I cannot honestly tell you, I don't think I had a lot of stash fabric at the time. And I think this fabric line, which I couldn't even tell you who it was, again, this is like from 5 years ago. I couldn't even tell you who this was, but it's got, you can see the theme is kind of like astronomy. You've got...
I'm obsessed with this color.
You've got your, this is a very pretty blue.
Mm-hmm.
But constellations. You've got constellations all throughout, and... Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I bought this.
Is it Juicy Juice? Didn't he do a constellation thing?
I don't. Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
So then, what I'm? Oops! No. Let's go this way. I hit a button.
Silly buttons.
I don't know why I chose that. That messed me up. All right, so the only thing left I have to do is the binding, and it took me like 20 minutes to find the leftover fabric, and I had just enough to make not all one color. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it a scrappy binding. So I'm just in the process of putting all these pieces together, and after all of that surrounding white, this will be a good good way to break that up and to like bring back more of the color.
That's great.
So I'm working on the binding, and this will soon find its home.
No, I think it's great. Well, its home's going to be here, right? You're not going to give it away?
I might give it away.
Oh, all right. I think it's cute.
It is cute. Again, it's a nice lap size. I used 100% cotton batting, and so which means that it's lightweight. It's not going to be super puffy, but it's lightweight, and it's nice. Like if you're in the AC and you don't want this big heavy blanket on you or quilt, it's a good weight. So I love it. I'm glad that I found it, and I was like, okay, for a first project on the long arm, and it was just to, like, prove that I could do it and to get my tension right. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's great.
love it. Happy Valentine's Day
Oh, for next year.
for next year.
It'll be finished by next year. Nice.
Okay, so Aaron,
Yes.
what are you making?
Okay. So, a couple weeks ago, actually, like some of my people on our Thursday knit night are like, I'm making a blanket. I'm making a blanket too. And just like, it seems like everybody was kind of making blankets lately. And I was like, I don't want to be left out of this whole blanket gig. So I went into my stash, looked at it. I was like, nothing's really blanketish. And then I looked down and there was some worsted Cascade 220 that has been sitting there for years.
That's got to be like 6 years.
Yeah, because again, going back to the hat, which is over there, Pacific Fabrics, when they closed down, I tried to buy, bought a lot of yarn there because they were closing, but they had a Cascade 220 section that was, I don't know, at the time, that was years ago, like at least 50% or something, 50% off. So I went through all my collection and said, what colors kind of go
Your
together?
stash.
My stash, my collection of stash. What colors go together? And I just started going. So I picked 6 colors out of it. And look at this. This is super fun. So I just started putting different combinations of colors together, and I'm making all these granny squares.
Wait, Aaron, who is that?
Granny squares, not the granny squares. I don't know where that came from. Oh, so I just started making all these granny squares, and I can't stop making them. 4mm hook. There's 5 colors in here. I mean, literally, there's granny squares here for days. The only thing that is not a worsted weight is I'm using because what I make I finished something a couple weeks or months ago that I showed here that I made a pop of golden kelp. Oh, my Stephen West painted wave shawl. So some of it I'm holding double, my fingering weight holding double to try to get a DK kind of worsted thing. And I'm loving it. I wasn't sure what color to make the border. And then I ordered some more Cascade 220 from Webb's that came. Let me see if I can show you where that is. And one thing I did not know is Cascade 220 has changed from when they come. It's been a while since I ordered them. These were all like Hank's skeins that were like rolled up like this kind of situation. But these came more like Knit Picks comes. Also, when I started crocheting the border around, I think this is called North Sea. When I started crocheting the border around, it looked much smaller, and I mentioned it. I think it was my BFF Bob said, hey, a couple years ago, which I didn't know this fact, they got a different mill. So Cascade 220 is reading more like a light worsted DK now. But I'm not super concerned about it because that will block out. But just FYI, yes?
This color combo is everything.
Do you love it?
I do. Oh,
Hi, here's us closer.
there we go.
Oh yeah, some of this is fantastic. And here's what they look like in their skein
That
form. I'm
is
doing
gorge.
2 kinds of gray and a bunch of different blues to kind of get this. I don't know how big this blanket is going to be because I really don't. I'm going off my own instinct, so I'm making squares that are 5.5 inches. I think they're supposed to be 5 inches if you do that, but again, 4mm hook. And then one thing that we're going to do is I'm going to ask Chip politely, which maybe he can try to do, is instead of taking a crochet hook and putting these together, I'm going to see if we can take it to the sewing machine.
Do a zigzag.
Yeah, let me know if anybody has done this before. Instead of putting them together with a hook, taken together with a sewing machine and doing a zigzag stitch to put it all together. That way it will look fierce, perfect. And I love every once in a while you get this little pop of my golden kelp in there just to kind of give it a different look.
Are you going to have this completely random, or are they going to be, like, is there going to be a pattern?
I like it completely random. I did order, which is upstairs, because Chip says, hey, I want one too. I didn't have enough colors like this, because I'm about to, well, probably run out soon, since they're all probably halfway finished. Maybe I can still do it, but I did order a few more Cascade 220 skeins, kind of in the same color family, a little bit different. In case I make Chip one, I said in case, I will make you one. When I make Chip one. Also, the feel of the old Cascade 220 is a little bit rougher, which I like my yarn a little bit rougher.
Maybe it'll wash out.
Then, yeah, block out. Then, like, feel this. This is the new stuff, and this is the old stuff. The old stuff, I looked at the ball band again and said, is this acrylic or not? Which it's still 100% merino, but it just feels different than the old stuff.
Oh, gosh. This is softer.
Yeah. So I was like, ooh, obviously the mill changed a little bit then. One last thing to talk about this. I ordered a little blocker for all these. So you can see how many I've made. I haven't got these wet yet because I just wanted to see how big I wanted to make these. That's why I came up with 5.5 inches, 5.5. And I'm going to get these wet, kind of block them out here. The only bad thing is, since they're 5.5 inches instead of 5, I can only fit one quadrant section on here because this isn't big enough.
Is this a medium-sized board, or what is that?
This is probably a medium-sized board. It was like, I think, $12 I got on Amazon. I know. I got it on Amazon. I should have got a bigger board. If I was doing a 5-inch, I could have done 4 different ones. But since I'm doing 5.5, it kind of takes up too much room, and I can't do that. So I'm just blocking them out and see what happens.
Jim could make you one.
Jim could make me one. Or I can just buy one and Jim wouldn't have to do all the work.
No, I think he would love to use.
Oh,
Jim
let's
has
assign
all these
Jim
tools.
up for more.
Carrie, ask your husband.
Just sign Jim up for everything. He's done so much for us. But yeah, I am going to block each one just to make it even more exciting and vibrant.
I will tell you.
Look at how, I mean, I love the color combination.
He gets so much delight about the arranging on the Tower of Doom that, like...
Tower of Doom?
The Tower of Doom.
And if you notice, some of them, except for the border, some of them only have 2 colors, because this goes like this bluish gray, blue-gray. Some of them have only 3 colors, and some of them have 4 colors. So I'm kind of mixing it up again, just to give them a bit more
What happens
life.
to this?
Now, okay, I did crochet all the ends in. All I have to do is take some scissors and snip, snip, snip.
But they're loose.
Well, because
there's some that are there that are very loose. I saw that you wove them in, but they're still loose.
Yeah, they are still loose. But like this one starts being, it's like woven in here. It goes to here, here, then it's loose. Once I undo this, it's going to be fine because it's going to be trapped under here. But part of me is like, do I still kind of weave them in a little bit better? Tighter?
That they won't come out.
But you know me, I don't care if ends come out or not.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm still rocking a cardigan that has the ends still flowing out, and it drives him insane. He's like, you're going to finish it? I go, it is finished. It's just some of the ends aren't woven in. It doesn't really matter. It still keeps me warm. Who cares?
What if this is as good as it gets?
Then I'm going to look fashionable and awesome. Just some ends are not woven in.
Who was it who was the well-known artist in country music and on television from the 70s, 60s and 70s, Minnie Pearl with
her tag? She always had the hat that had a tag in there. Minnie Pearl didn't become famous until she was like in her upper 40s. So there's still time for us.
Why don't we work on the Tower of Doom first?
Was she exclusively on Hee Haw, or I don't know. Do you remember Hee Haw?
I do.
Did you guys watch Hee Haw as a family?
We did.
I know. It's like the only time that you can go country and it was okay. Hee-Haw had some fun stuff and some not very fun stuff. But then
And
I was younger.
I'm sure there was an Afghan featured somewhere in the living room that we were in.
Do you guys do that whenever you're watching? Well, you have to do that. You watch a show. You're like, oh, look at that quilted or knit or something in the background. Then you pause it and kind of inspect it and just to see like what it is and like how can I make that? Or I know how to make that. That's kind of fun when you're watching shows like that.
Who did I just learn that is a quilter? I'm sorry, is a knitter.
AOC?
AOC.
She's one of us. And I think Meryl Streep showed something recently.
Yes.
That was something about that. And
but Kelly Clarkson, she's a quilter.
is she really?
Yes.
I didn't know that fact. How does she find time to do it? She's Kelly. She's everywhere.
She's a mom.
She's a mom. She's a TV host now. She's still singing.
Yeah.
She's
A recording artist.
She's a recording artist. I have actually never watched her show, so I don't know if it's any good or bad or what. So I'm sure it's just fantastic. Because daytime TV is just always fantastic.
What'd you guys do for Valentine's Day?
What did we do?
We had takeaway.
Takeaway and drag race and something else.
Prime Target.
Prime Target. Not a bad TV show if you're into math and murder.
Mystery.
Math, mystery, murder. Yes.
Aaron, what are you making?
That's all I have for What Are You Makings?
You wound up all of that and combined, you did really well.
I know. I had so much more to say and show, and we'll just have to wait till our next episode when it's 51, not 50.
And I do have one more make, but I can't show it.
Oh.
Because at QuiltCon, we are not making, so there's 10 of us going, and it's like the time that it would take to make a house gift for each person who's in it, and then it's too much. So we're each doing one gift make. We're wrapping it up white elephant style, and we're going to have a night of exchanging those. My complaint about this country right now, it's not going to be what you think it is. Or should I say, comma, in addition to. There are not enough cathedrals in this country because my makes should be hanging in cathedrals. What I have made is so amazing. I want it.
It is really, really good.
It is very good. It is cathedral worthy, and you're going to have to wait till the next show. I will promise I am going to show you and reveal what I have made. It is that good, you won't want to miss.
You either need to take a video before you leave the home
Correct.
For Phoenix, or you need to take a video with whoever gets this luxurious prize.
And we'll edit out anything that might...
Edit out all Carrie's comments about it?
Yes. Well, that's not how I would have done it.
I love her so much. Anything that's negative, we'll take out.
Okay, so Aaron, drum roll, please.
I don't have a drum, but...
You were going to do something special for your 50th episode.
Was I?
Yes, you said maybe.
Oh, maybe, but I still want to show a couple more things of like a shop update.
Wait, what?
I mean, no. What?
Where are we headed to next?
I was going to show some stuff that I've dyed recently. But what do you want to do? You want to do like a...
Well, we could do a shop update, and then maybe we might have a giveaway for our 50th episode.
Let's do a little giveaway and shop up. Let's do a shop update real quick. While you're there, hold on. Let me just turn my back real quick. I just want to show you some things that are in the shop right now that I've been working on. For those who are like, hey, I want green for St. Patrick's Day, but don't want to be like, I want green for St. Patrick's Day. A new color alert. This is Wicked Garden. It's a green that is gorgeous, and it has a little bit of purple speckles in there, which I think it kind of gives it a little bit more unique pop.
Let's even.
And look at you holding it up there. So yeah, if you're getting ready for St. Patrick's Day, but you don't want to go too literal,
Wow,
This
that's
is
really
Wicked
prettier.
Garden, and I think, stacked on top of each other, they're very good. The speckle is pretty light, so it's not going to be like, oh my gosh, but great. Oh, and this one that Chip is holding up right now is Purple Panther, which this is a one of a kind. We only have 3 left because I put it in the shop last week. Some people bought it. I dyed up a color. I did not like it at all. And then I just started over dyeing, and it gave it this great purple color that has a little bit of browns in it, and just kind of just like more just pop when you get all those colors together. So Purple Panther, one of a kind, is in the store. Wicked Garden can be reproduced.
Is this from Wicked?
No, it's not. I have nothing to do with Wicked. I have nothing to do. And I do want to show you a color that I put in the store a couple weeks ago that sold out immediately, and I kept a skein for myself, but I'm going to continue dyeing it because I know how to do it, that I am in love with. This one is called Last Call at the Disco, and it just screams Last Call at the Disco because, it's like 1:40, they're getting ready to do last call, you're looking around, the lights are going, and you're just like dancing, your arms are up in the air, maybe the shirt comes off, I don't know. But yeah, this kind of reminded me of Last Call at the Disco before you head home safely, and it's got some greens and some purples. And all truth, this was an over dye rage quit because I dyed some yarn that looked very shamrocky. And I said, this reminds me, which I'll put that in store as well. So if you're looking for like green, it's called Dublin, Ohio, because that's where I'm from. And our little logo mascot for high school was a shamrock. Again, I think I mentioned this before. Yay, we're the Shamrocks. And this little shamrock would come running out. And like we're against the Fighting Eagles and the Panthers. It's like, yay, we're a shamrock. We eventually changed it to Rocks. Go Rocks. But yeah, this was green, and I started over dyeing this one, and I came up with this color, which I think is just gorgeous. And hopefully in a few weeks, this will be in the store as well, because I'm just really proud of this one. Even though it was a rage quit accident, you can just see all the colors in there that just make it very special and very cool. So yeah. That is what I have in the shop right now, if you go there.
So this one is
Purple Panther.
Purple Panther, and then something at the disco?
Last Call at the Disco.
Last Call. You need a color that is called I Took an Uber.
I like that.
I took an Uber. I got home safe.
I got home safe, everyone. For some giveaways, since it's our 50th, I'll be full transparency. I'm like, what do I do with these? Because I dyed a colorway, you guys probably know, called Journey a few months ago. Actually, it was more than a few months ago because I had it available at Flock.
Best selling.
Yes. Had a little screw up with some of the last batch of Journey that came out more red and purple. Thatch. Quit trying to make thatch happen. So I had a little screw up, and so these came out more purple and red than I thought. And I was like, but I put them up on the website and just call them something different. But what I'm going to do for our 50th is I'm going to give 2 skeins away to one person, another 2 skeins away to one person, and I'm going to make something out of these. So these are up for grabs. What should we have them comment below? This is the hard part, y'all.
50 more, please.
50 more. 50 more. Leave a comment of what your favorite Fiber Hustle moment has been over the years.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. So just leave a comment of something that has stood out. If this is your first episode, I'm sorry. Maybe
was it the bicycle, the time
gr-
that we were recording and the girl outside the window fell on her bicycle?
Yeah, that's the only thing that sucks about being away from the window, because you and I used to get distracted sometimes by the things happening outside the window, people falling, things like that. Was it just the hysterical laughing?
Was it Mrs. Werther's?
The original Mrs. Werther's? But yeah, leave your comments below what one of your highlights from Fiber Hustle is, and we will pick a winner, and the next time we record, which we always say this, hopefully it won't be 2 months from now.
No.
We will announce the winners there because we don't want to...
Just hang tight.
Yeah, it's the only way we're going to announce it. So yeah.
And it might be easier if you are... Put your comment in the comment, but please go to our website so that if you're already set up to win, if you haven't already signed up on the website, add yourself as a customer. That way we know where to find you and where it's going to be sent, because we're going to send it through the shop. So easy peasy.
Yeah, it's super easy. And I do love these colors. It just didn't turn out like my journey should have. There should have been a lot more orange.
Aaron, actually, love these.
So do I. Should I take them? No, I'm not giving these away. Totally kidding. But yeah, I think these are great. But I was just like, what do I do with them? But I was like, okay.
No.
How about I save them for the giveaway? And they're going to be gorgeous.
Love those. These should, just talking about your boss here.
Are you my boss?
Yes, these should have UAC labels, not
correct.
Those.
I will change these over to... Looks like I'm putting in overtime, guys. I hope you approve it. What else? Is there anything else that is happening or going on? I don't think so.
Gray sky's gonna clear up. Put on a happy smile.
Yeah, that's all I have.
So,
what's really funny is this was actually supposed to be just a mic test.
And we
we really went, oh, okay, and then we never stopped, and here we are. So
that's what happens after 50 episodes. One and done, one take wonders.
Oh yeah.
Now we're gonna play this back, and then there's gonna be something that went wrong.
No, there's never anything that goes wrong here at Fiber Hustle.
All right, like and subscribe. We'd love to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope that you're all taking your vitamins. You're all doing well, and we're gonna continue on.
Yes.
And thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah. And Yoan,
play us out.
Come on, you gotta get your hustle.